I'm finally going to try the Blue Apron delivery service foods. I'm doing my first meal tonight, and it is going to be catfish, crispy catfish, and yuzu kosho udon. Udon is noodles. I have learned that. And it's really cool how they send all this. They send it into an insulated box, and it's delivered. It was delivered on Saturday. And I have 3 meals, which for me will be 6 meals for me, and I've chosen this one out of the 3 that they sent to try first. So they package everything so you can easily find what you need for each meal. Like here is the catfish and snow peas, the udon noodles, a piece of ginger, a spice blend that I cannot even pronounce, a scallion, some all-purpose flour, and it says yuzu kosho. It's something else. I have a feeling it's going to be hot. And then this cool stuff. So I would never on my own ever purchase most of this, except maybe the fish or the snow peas and the scallion. I certainly would never attempt a meal like this, and I will be a little more careful choosing if I decide to keep doing this, so I don't have quite as much carb-heavy stuff. I did do some research on the udon noodles and found that they are made with whole wheat flour and don't carry quite as high of a glycemic load as regular noodles, although pretty much all pasta raises your blood sugar levels. So I'm not going to eat a full serving of those noodles irregardless, just because of my own blood sugar issues. But anyway, so here goes. Okay, so I've got my produce or whatever prepared and ready. My ginger is minced, and my scallions are chopped, and the snow peas, I have cut the ends off and cut them in half at an angle as instructed. Now it says preparation time 10 minutes, but I gotta say it took me more like 20 because I've never done any of that stuff before. So now I'm fixing to start cooking. Okay, so the next step is to do a couple of teaspoons of olive oil on medium-high heat, and I am using just some EDOO. Hold on, I gotta get my spoon. Okay. And once it starts heating up, then I'm going to throw in the ginger and the scallion and some of that yuzu kosho, or how you pronounce it, in there, and saute that up just a little bit for about 1 to 2 minutes. So mostly just the white portion toward the root of the scallion is what is in the olive oil, and then the ginger. And I'm on medium-high heat. Oh, it's already smelling so fabulous. Now I'm going to toss in the strange stuff that I can't pronounce, the yuzu kosho, if I can get it out. Okay. Ooh, it's hot. And I gotta tell you, it smells just fabulous. My old stove cooks really hot, so I stopped putting it down real quick. Okay, so I have broken apart the udon noodles with my hands and gently broken them apart, and I've added them to the aromatics and the olive oil. And now I'm going to pour in a cup of water. Now it calls for a large pot. I don't really have a large pot for this, so I'm actually doing it in a large pan. Added the water, and now I'm going to add the ponzu sauce, which is soy, wheat, and fish. Sometimes I don't want to know what's in stuff. My heat's cutting back down now. Okay, gonna get that all stirred and get the noodles soaked in there really good. And then it's going to just simmer for about 5 to 6 minutes. And while that's simmering, I'm going to get the catfish portion of this meal ready. Okay, as you can see, the udon noodles and the aromatics are really simmering nicely in the pan. And I did add some salt and pepper. And while that's been going on, I've also been preparing the catfish, which they also provide you your catfish, and I have salt and peppered on each side, and then they've provided the all-purpose flour, and I'm just going to dip it in there on both sides and get rid of the excess. Lay it back down on my mat and do the other one. I did pat the catfish dry with a paper towel before I salt and peppered, just to get the excess moisture off. So now I've got the breaded catfish. So I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to add a little bit of olive. I do not have a non-stick frying pan, so I'm using my ceramic pan, and I'm doing the olive oil in there again. Just letting it get all over the bottom good. And again, I'm on about medium-high heat. Everything's simmering. Okay, and now I'm going to add the catfish fillet to the oil in the pan. So while the catfish is starting to cook in its pan, I'm now going to add the prepared snow peas into the broth and the noodles. Sorry for the choppiness in the video. I've honestly never done this before. Okay, so I'm just going to mix those up real good. Get those snow peas down into that yummy broth. It really just smells so wonderful in here right now. The noodles want to stay together. So that's supposed to simmer for a couple of minutes. So I'm going to let that cook some more. The fish is just now starting to fry. If Bill were here, he would just be stirring like crazy. He always over-stirred things when we would cook together. So I'm going to try to leave that alone now and let that simmer for a couple of minutes. The catfish has started frying now in the olive oil. I'm going to do one fillet at the time because I don't have a large enough pan to do both. But it's about 3 to 4 minutes on one side, then flip it for about 2 minutes on the other side. So I'm going to start timing that. Okay, so I've removed the noodles and the snow peas from the heat, and now I'm going to flip the first piece of catfish for the first time. Oh, look at that. It looks delicious. And now to cook for about 2 more minutes on that side, and then I will do the second fillet. This is 2 suppers for me. So I've gone ahead and plated the first plate. The other one I will be putting up to have for tomorrow night, and it's still cooking. But here it is. This is my crispy catfish and yuzu kosho udon noodles. And it just looks and smells great. And this is my version. And this is their version on the recipe card. I think I did pretty good. I'm going to taste it real quick. See how this tastes. I cannot even tell you how tasty the fish is. Let me see how the, if I can get it, snow peas and an udon noodle is. Oh, it's fabulous. I gotta tell you, I would never do something like this on my own, so right now I'm really liking the Blue Apron thing. This is really good, guys. Till next time.